His presence is real in my life. Give him your heart and your problems. Talk with God, he'll help you carry on. Oh, God has brought you here in order to relieve all your pain and sorrow. Oh, he's the author of faith from the start to the end of all your torments. And if it's still cold, deceiving night, if the cross waits on your bed, Christ is always by your side. The world can leave it dry to make you sad and cry, but God wants you smiling. And if it's too cold, deceiving night, if the cross waits on your bed, Christ is always by your side. The war can leave it dry to make you sad and cry, but God wants you smiling. Whatever problems you may have, talk with God, He'll help you carry on. After all the pain, there's always joy, 'cause God is love, you'll never be alone. Oh, God has brought you here in order to relieve all your pain and sorrow. Oh, He's the author of faith from the start to the end of all your torments. And if it's still calm, deceiving night, if the cross waits on your bed, Christ is always by your side. The war can't even try to make you sad and cry, but God wants you smiling. And if it's too calm, deceiving night, if the cross waits on your bed, Christ is always by your side. The war can't even try to make you sad and cry, but God wants to smile.
Yes, I was waiting for you to share that first slide, but I can go ahead and do it right now.
That first slide, Rafael, is a video. So then you play that video, and then you, in the end, you stop, yeah, on the prayer slide. Yes.
Yes.
It's okay.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't think I can hear you.
The
We're
music
following.
on the slide, I think, isn't playing.
It's okay. You can just keep it there. Go ahead, Angie.
Yeah. Okay. So let's close our eyes. Let's take a deep breath. Connect with our mentors, connecting with God and the good spirits, preparing our mind and our heart to receive the teachings of tonight's public meeting. Dear God, as we gather here in your name tonight, allow the good spirits to be inside of our houses, preparing the environment of our houses, not only the environment of our houses, but also our heart and our mind, preparing us to be together here in harmony, learning new things and receiving your blessings. This is the first public meeting of 2021. So we ask God and we ask our mentors to help us to attend all the meetings throughout this year, every Tuesday, so we can be here working in our inner reformation, learning more about Spiritism, praying together, and receiving the blessings from the good spirits, from God and Jesus. So be it.
So be it. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Okay. All right. Well, this is our first public meeting of the year. Um, I'm happy to kick off the year working in Jesus' name, work and be among friends that vibrate in the same tune, with the same tune, with the same objective, the same goals as mine. Perfect ourselves through the practice of the study of spiritism and through the practice of charity. I would like to welcome everybody. I'm happy. I'm glad you are here. We stop today to be your duties, your activities, to be with me, listening to this study that I carefully prepared. Um, and of course, the quality. I tried to put as much as quality as I could, according to my limitations, uh, to my limitations in terms of intellectual and communication. But I will do my best to make this interesting as much as I can. Okay? So today we'll be talking about today and the next uh, Tuesday we'll be talking about the the theme that I carefully select, called the seven spheres of Earth. Today is the part one that where we will make an introduction about the the concept, to try to give you some basic notion about what we'll be talking about. Uh, uh, what's the meaning of the seven spheres of the Earth? And of course, this is not a easy something that is easy to transmit, easy to understand, because we as humans in the stage that we are today, as child of God, in the beginning of our evolution, we sometimes we sometimes or often don't have the appropriate knowledge, the appropriate base to fully understand all this concept that we will be talking about tonight. Um, it's for us, for the spirits, for the higher spirits, which uh, which live and have a deeper understand about the universe, much deeper than ours. It's very hard for them to come to us and try to transmit something with fidelity. Uh, we it's like most of the time, or when most of the time, when they try to teach us about the concepts and the system and the universe, they most of the time they transmit to us only images, not the whole truth. Why? Because we are not in the stage, in the condition to fully understand the universe and how it works, right? um, because of the nature of humanity, the stage where we are. So what will be talking today is not the final word. It's not it's not the final word about the multiple dwellings in Father's house, but we'll try to picture some image. We always aim, always with the objective to cause a moral effect in our lives, right? We need we all we are not here as a spiritists trying to understand all this concept because just because we are curious about. We always we are always here try to understand, to improve ourselves, to improve our lives, and help us in this pathway toward perfection. Okay. And of course, I always encourage you to if some concept, if some word might sounds doesn't sound right to you, I please send me a message and I'll give you the 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 original book from where I extracted the passage for the concept, and then I always encourage you to go to those books and do your own study. Okay, so let's start with the gospel, right? The gospel of our Lord Jesus, which is the alpha, which is the beginning and and the end, right? The gospel of our Lord Jesus, it's it's in the heaven. It came from the heaven to teach us how to reach the perfection. So I will start by reading this. Let not your heart be troubled. You believe in God, believe also in me. There are many dwellings in my Father's house. If it were not so, I would have told you. For I am going to prepare the place, and after I have gone and have prepared the place for you, I will return and will take you with me, so that there where I am, you may be also. Well, we could analyze, we could talk about this passage from many different perspectives. Uh, but today we talk about from the perspective of places, of different places in the universe, reserved for all different kind of souls, um, according to their evolutionary stage. Okay. um, and Kardec, in the chapter 3 in the Gospel according to Spiritism, he coined that the house of the Father is the universe. The different dwellings are the worlds which circulate in the infinite space and offer the spirits who incarnate on them dwelling place which correspond to their progress. Right? And another author that I would like to bring to your knowledge, it's Jean Baptiste Hustang, that he he lived he was he lived in France, in Bordeaux, in the same age as Kardec. And according to the book Brasil, Coração do Mundo, Pátria do Evangelho, um, which is not yet in English. In this book, the author, the spiritist, point out that Hustang was one of the spirits that came along with Kardec to help Kardec in the codification. And Hustang, as well as Allan Kardec, according to the book Universe and Life, again not yet in English, they were apostles of Jesus. So they are, both of them, they are reincarnation of apostles of the Christ that came to earth to finish and help the Jesus Christ in the to bring the promised console, which is the spiritism. Okay. And Hustang, along with Emily Collignon, you see here in the bottom. Emily was the medium that psychographed many of the message that Kardec used in his work. She was she res- so indirectly or directly saying she worked for the codification. Um, so in the chapter in the book 4, item 47, the spirits told to Hustang through Emily this that I'm gonna read. In this way, Jesus affirmed the spirits are talking about the same uh, passage that we saw in the first slide. Okay, so they say, in this way, Jesus affirmed positively the habitability that for the spirits that vegetate on his planet, offer the worlds scattered through space and affirm the hierarchy of ascension of these worlds. The Father house home is the universe, the vastness, the infinite. The various directions in it are all worlds indistinctly, which constitute suitable dwelling for various orders of spirits, since the ascending hierarchy of worlds correspond to that of spirits that inhabit them. So if you see a clear agreement among both authors. So you see that the conceptually the spirits are telling the same using different words. Okay. So what are those different categories of inhabited words? Um, the first one that I would like to comment is the fluidic words, right? Um, what are those fluidic words? They intended for indwelling spirits who, from childhood and education phase, have never failed, and who being always here on the path of progress in the fluidic state. Also following a progress march and ascending hierarchy, there are in all the degrees of the scale words of that category, appropriate and corresponding to the states of development and progress of the spirits that inhabit them, state that go from infancy and education up to the spiritual purity. Right? So what does that mean? Um, and I want to um, combine another teaching that given to to Allan Kardec in the Spirits book, say, uh, Kardec asked in the question 86, okay, he asked to the Spirit, could the physical world cease to exist or never have existed at all without affecting the sense of the spirit world? So basically, Kardec is asking if the material world is really needed, and the or um, or let me rephrase that. Kardec basically is asking the spirit if the material world could have never existed, and the spirits say yes, they are independent of one another, and yet their correlation is continuous, for they ceaselessly react upon each other. So so to the so we, which mean what we can say about this teaching, the true life, the true life that the spiritual is the spiritual life. And if the spirit in the beginning, in the childhood, from the childhood to perfection, uh, if that spirit doesn't commit any mistake, any error, that spirit doesn't need any material world. And our best example, um, that we can say is Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was a kind of spirit that, from his infancy to the stage of perfection, to the to be until from childhood to to the state of a Christ, he progressed only through fluidic words. He never incarnated ever, even though when he appeared to us 2,000 years ago. Okay, so and these fluidic words, they are they have different categories, from the simple ones to the splendorous ones. Okay, now another category of word we call primitive word, which at some point in time, the earth, one day, millions and millions of years ago, uh, they the earth was categorized as primitive world, and that's why I put this image to you. And what Kardec said to us, the flattening of the poles and other conclusive fact indicate with certainty that the earth in its origin was in a state of fluidity or pasty. The reason for this state could have been matter liquefied by fire or soaked by water. And Hussein said, "Mundus." Sorry, I forgot to translate. Oh, okay, let's skip that. But I think you got the idea. At some point in time, the primitive world, the Earth, where we live, where we are today, was in a different stage, in a primitive stage, destined to the materialization of the intelligent principle. Okay, next. And Hustang, he went beyond. He kind of um, um, actually the spirits told him about the ad hoc words. Um, we know that again. Sorry, I forgot to translate that. I'll try to explain what's the meaning of those ad hoc words. So we know that the spirit has uh, went went through stage of development, like André Luiz, Emmanuel, and Kardec. They all agree, and Hussein agreed in a sense that the spirit, before it became a spirit, which means an individual with consciousness and freedom of action, the spirit go through the mineral stage, and then from after the mineral stage go to the vegetal state, and then go to the animal stage. In each realm of the nature, the spirit acquire faculties and develop some sort of faculties and that will be used in the future. But at some point in time, that that principle of that spirit that's it's under development, that goes to a certain world called ad hoc, in which the God uh, make make it free, which means separate, create, let's say create, not create, but the principal intelligence became individual with the faculty of consciousness and freedom of action. Word called trial and expiation. And Kardec said that innate qualities which they bring with them constitute a proof of their having already lived and achieved a certain degree of progress. But the number of vices to which they are subject also shows their great moral imperfection. This is why God has placed them in an ungrateful world, in which they can make atonements through heavy work and the suffering of miseries of life until they deserve to ascend to a happier planet. Hustang said something very similar. Words of trial and expiation, inferior to each other, superior to each other, having then of all gradation al- along the respective scale, from those appropriate to the appearance of man, to primitive incarnation, to those that serve as shelter for spirits prepared to enter the regeneration period. So this type of uh, this type of word we know very well. This is the earth where we live today. Okay, next. Let me see. All right, so let's move forward. And then the next category of word we we're gonna mention today. Um, of course, the we are talking the primitive and trials and expiation, and now we'll be talking about regenerating. they all belong to the category of material world. Remember that we have the fluidic world, the spiritual world, and also we have the material world. We from in the last three slides we are talking about the material world, okay? Because let's say the fluidic world, we can have some ideas, but like I said, we might have difficult to fully understand how these fluidic words works. But let's attain our attention to the material world. So regenerating words serve as transition phase between those of probation and happiness. The penitent souls finds calm and rest on them and can continue the purifying process. Beyond doubt, man still finds himself subject to the laws that rules matter. Humanity still experiences your sensations and desires, but is deliberated from the ungoverned passion to which you are slaves, freed from pride which silences the heart, envy which tortures, and hate which suffocates. On all sides the word love is written. Perfect equity resides over all social relationships. Everyone recognizes God and tries to travel in his direction by fulfilling his law. So this is the this is the next the stage that is above earth. This the stage where in which the earth is moving forward. Maybe in a couple of century, within a couple of century, which is not compared to the eternal life, a couple of century means nothing. So we are, according to the Spirit's teaching, we are moving into this category, and the promise console, the Spiritism is part of this movement. Is the movement that came to earth to prepare the humanity to to enter in the regenerating world. Okay, and what else we can say? The regenerating words designated to prepare the spirits who have failed and still have to expiate to progressively leave the period of materi- materiality. They are words of transition where justice dominates, where spirits continue and finish their purification, become capable only of doing good and incapable of doing evil. Also, in this category of words, there are there are then in all the degree of scale, inferior to each other, superior to each other. So we we again we don't know exactly when the Earth will be categorized as a regenerative world. Why? Because this scale is not determinist. It's gray. We are talking about a concept. We are talking about in a language. We are talking a language that we can understand that in the universe there are many dwellings and 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 each one appropriate for the spirits that live there in that moment. Okay, and then finally we have the superior words, uh, in which have reached superior level. The moral and material life is very different from that which exists on earth. All the delicate and elevated sentiments of human nature find themselves exalted and purified. The ties of love and brotherhood hind all humanity each to the other, so that the strong help the weak. Evil is still needed in the world in order to make no goodness. Night is in order to be able to admire light. Sickness so as to be able to appreciate health. In those words, there is no need of this contrast. Eternal light, eternal beauty, eternal serenity of the soul offer proportional eternal happiness, free from the perturbation caused by the anguish of material life and the contact with evil creatures who find no access to these happy words. So, in astronomy, we already know that there are planets that simply they don't have the night because some planets they are uh, illuminated by two suns, right? So they don't need to, they don't have the darkness, right? So can you imagine the Earth one day uh, being a superior world in which we don't have the cold, we don't have the uh, we don't need the cold to we don't need the summer, the hot summer, the extremely weather, the extreme cold. We don't have the dark, we don't have the, it's all light, it's all appropriate to the evolution of those spirit. Okay. And finally we have the divine words, those that have reached the pure fluidic state and which only pure spirits can have access. And again, um, the the example of spirit is that lives there is Jesus Christ, right? Any questions so far?
I do actually, but I can ask at the end.
Yeah, yeah, sure. No problem, no problem. Um, I'm almost done for with the part number one. Um, let's move to the next slide. And because we so far we set up the basis for our discussion of the next week. And I would like to bring to your attention the idea of heaven, right? And let's see what Allan Kardec told us in the book Heaven and Hell, in the chapter 3, item 1. So, the term heaven is employed in a general sense to designate the boundless expanse of space that surrounds the earth, and more especially the part of the expanse that is above our horizon. The Latin name for that space, coelum, derived from the Greek koilos, hollow, concave, was given to it by the ancients because heaven or the sky appeared to them to be an immense concavity. The ancients believed in the existence of several heavens, placed one above the other, composed of a solid transparent matter and forming a succession of hollow concentric spheres, and the center of which, immovable, stood the earth. These spheres turning around the earth carry with them the stars that were placed within their several circuits. So let me see again. Okay, let me continue here. So this belief, due to the paucity of astronomical knowledge, was the base of the various theologies that represent those concentric heavens. Thus, superposed on one another as location of progressively increasing degrees of beatitudes. The topmost one being the region of supreme uh, happiness. According to the general opinion, there were seven of these heavens, hence the saying, to be in the seventh heaven as the expression of the most perfect happiness. Mohammedans, the Muslims, so the Jewish, according to the Jewish belief, they believe that there are seven skies um, on earth. According to the to the Muslims, um, the disciples of Muhammad, they believe that there are nine skies. So so this is we will see next week that despite of despite of the fact that their ideas were not very precise, uh, but they have an intuition about a clear and correct intuition about uh, those seven skies, the seven different uh, worlds that surround the earth. Okay. And lastly, I would like to bring this picture of the space and show you. Do you see this white dot? Let me use my mouse here. So this white dot here, among all these planets and all these stars, this is our home Earth, right? So compared to the if you look at if you look outside, we'll see that our home is very very small, very very humble. Maybe today, if the Earth disappear, the whole uh, universe, um, the other planets that surround this bigger star, probably they wouldn't even notice that. So this is to give us idea about humbleness, and why. So that if we belong to the universe, if our true life, it's a spiritual life, it's eternal life, why we should worry too much about, why we should create too many attachment to this little dot, this little grain of in the middle of this universe. So something for us to think about it. And I would like to finish today with this teaching from Kardec. So it's actually the conclusion of the chapter 3, not conclusion, but it's a continuation of the previous slide. It's when he said these different doctrines, Jewish and Muslim, respecting the respecting the abode of the blessed, are based on two erroneous assumptions. First, that the earth is the center of the universe, and second, that the region of stars is limited and it's beyond the imaginary limit thus assigned to the starry region. That all those doctrines have placed the blissful realm that is supposed to be the dwelling place of the Almighty. But what a strange anomaly is that which relegates to the outskirts of creation the author and ruler of all that is, instead of assigning to him at least a position in the center of the universe. Hence, his thought might radiate in all directions. And with that, I just want to show you one more slide. Um, that we're gonna next week. You're gonna start from this image. Again, this is a conceptual image that a medium. Let me see her name. Her name is. I forgot. I forgot to take notes. So anyway, uh, uh, there were a meeting that worked along with Francisco Cândido Xavier. In while she was in somnambulism, um, and while her soul was detached from from her body, she was conscious, different from us or the majority of us, that when we sleep, when we go to bed, to bed, our soul is detached from the body, but we are not conscious about what happened to us during the sleep time. There are mediums that have the ability to sleep. While they are sleeping, they are awake, they remember, they live their spiritual life, conscious, with the conscious, detached from the body. And she was brought by the spirits from Nosolar, and the spirits gave to her this picture, uh, where it shows the seven spheres of earth, the different categories of worlds that surround the earth. And here we can see where the star is. It's where the nosolar is located. Okay, so tomorrow, no, next week, we will be talking about those seven spheres, and I'll mention them as we have time. I'm gonna let me see. Okay, you got time. Uh, we have the umbral, the deep umbral, right? Um, no, sorry, I forgot. I got to translate that. Yeah. Anyway, next week I'll talk about this in more details. Okay. Any questions? You can unmute yourself now.
I did have a question, Rafael,
Yeah.
and it's regarding something you mentioned that I didn't understand about the ad hoc worlds.
Okay.
You said, and it's specific, that where the spiritual essence transforms and passes through the mineral, vegetal, and animal in states. Did I understand correctly that the spirit experiences existences as a mineral, animal, vegetal, and animal experiences in that world?
Yes, that's accurate. Um, we the spirits, before they became a spirit, right? Because what's what is the what differ us from uh, spirits from animals, for example? The animal,
Conscious.
uh,
Yes.
yeah, the
Conscious.
consciousness
Yes.
and the freedom of action, and the freedom of action and this and decision, the free will, actually,
Correct.
and the possibility for us to know God, right? So, but the animal, uh, the soul that live in the animal is not. It still belongs to a whole, right? Not it's not a not what differ. what is the difference between our soul and the soul of an animal? It, we are we are independent. We are individual, individualized intelligence, while
Understand?
the animal, it's
Not yet.
not, they are not in that stage. They belong to a whole, and without the freedom of action. They are more guided by instinct and not by will. And the soul and the let's say the this the principle, the intelligence, the soul, it travels in each um, in each stage, beginning from the mineral,
Okay.
and then in each stage it acquires a faculty, a ability, and
Gotcha.
so to a point that um, to a point that when the doctors say, when the spirits say that you are able to control each cell of your life, each cell of your body, this is very true because we learn to control the heartbeat, the every single function in our body is not as simple. It's today is automated, but is automated because at some point in the development of our soul, we learn how to beat the heart. We learn how to control each cell of our body
Mhm.
through multiple existence, through multiple stage in the mineral, in the vegetable, and in being animal. So
So what I understand you say is that every soul, every spirit, its beginnings do start at that stage. So it's those worlds are part when a soul or spirit begins, it goes through every soul goes through those stages as
yes,
part of the progress. Okay, that's what I it makes total sense. I did not know. I was just questioning whether some souls or a different state, but it's just part of the progression of the world. So it starts much makes total sense. Thanks for explaining, and
yeah, you're welcome.
that's
And
perfect.
and and
Rafael, can I explain my idea?
let me
What I was
let
including,
let me just finish that before we move to your question, Gisele. And there are specific words in which the God bring them to a certain place where where God individualized the spirits. Those words are called ad hoc, but those words are kind of they are fluidic. They are not. This is something that we don't have much information to explore. But according to Hussein, there is a certain category of word that it's dedicated to 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 individualize, to give to the soul the independence. That's the idea.
Through probably through merit. I understand. It makes sense, and it's yeah. Thank you. This is great. Makes
Yeah,
total sense.
welcome. Yeah, G, go ahead, please.
no, I only want to explain that it's not in this planet that we come as a mineral. We are created as a pure spirit, so it travels around the universe. And when we arrive in this planet, of course, we come as a spirit and embody a human being.
Yes.
But we
Yes,
have
that
been
makes sense.
traveling, I don't know how many times, and to start, all the time we depends on the planet, what Kardec said, and the spirits that depend on the situation, on the some galaxies and some planets we develop in such a way until we become a spirit for to be a human being in this planet. So that's what
Yeah.
understand. It's a long way traveling, but we have no idea how
Yeah.
to have a memory about this. But we have in our body,
Yes.
in our body, we have all the minerals, we have all the skeletons, was the reptiles. It counts only in this planet. But yeah,
It
Okay.
makes total sense that they wouldn't be on this planet. This is the different type of world and a different progress time.
Mm-hmm.
It makes total sense that, there's words specifically for that type of development before the world, the soul becomes conscious of its own existence and intelligence is given. So it
Yeah.
makes total sense. Rafael, can I ask, if you don't mind, just can you move the slides back to the ad hoc? I took some screenshots because I thought that was so interesting. I
Uh-huh.
wanted a screenshot of that so I can
Sure.
actually read through.
Yeah.
another thing, Karen,
There you go.
and that the shape we have, this shape as hominids, hominid, is for this planet. We have so many other galaxies and planets. Maybe the strongest species maybe develop in different way, and they have a very consciousness too. But
I
for
believe
this
that.
world, is this shape.
I believe that the physical body we embody here is directly related to the abilities of the world and the planet and the atmosphere. So
How
yeah,
to survive, yeah, the
yeah, there's
thermosphere
nothing.
is
It's just a clothes. You wear different clothes to different parts of the country and weather's necessary. So yeah, absolutely. I can see that. I believe that.
All
yeah,
right.
and for this species to survive, it was the dinosaurs. They were had
Yeah.
being removed from this planet, or gonna be a consequence to today.
All right. So did you take the screenshot? I
I
forgot to translate this specific.
Oh, this is in Spanish. I can read Spanish. That's
Can you?
perfect.
Okay.
Yeah. No,
Sorry
this
about
is
that.
perfect. Yeah, I happen to. So
And,
yes, that's
and
perfect.
of course, I can send you the PDF of the book that I from where I copied this passage. This book is very interesting because it's the only one that was fully commented by the Spirit with the whole gospel, the four gospel. So what Hustang did, the way Hustang worked with the Spirit, he extract each paragraph of the gospel from from the fourth gospel, Luke, Mark, um, John, and Matthew, and the spirit is comment which one, and according to Kardec in the Spirit magazine, uh, those the basic the teachings in this book completely match with the medium's book, with the gospel according to Spiritism and the Spiritist book. So, but the difference is at some points, Hustang he went beyond. He went beyond uh, uh, the doctrine codified by Kardec, and we see today that others book from different spirits now are confirming what is in there. So but it's still there are still concepts in this book that we still need to confirmation uh, from other sources, and the maturation of the human understand itself. So it's a very
I would love
interesting book.
I would
uh,
love the book or the PDF or anything like that. I'm very interested. So
yeah,
if you have it,
send me your email address in the chat, please, and
okay.
I'll forward to you the PDF.
Another thing, Rafael, is interesting that our the DNA reveals that we have sequences like the same ants. So in many other kingdoms, not only animal kingdoms, but so we have, and we are made by minerals. So yeah, we have everything in our own body, the
Exactly.
history. Yeah. So on
Exactly.
this planet, at least.
Okay. All right, friends. So I think if we do we have any more questions? If not, I will invite you for the virtual pass, and Ana Paula will be in charge of this moment.
Thank you, Rafael, for such an interesting topic tonight. And I'm kind of looking forward to
Uh,
next week where we're going to even elaborate a little bit more, right?
yeah, Ana, we can barely hear you.
Try.
Ana, hello, Ana. We can't hear you. Sorry, Kara.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, yes. Now,
Yeah, is it better?
yes.
Okay. Okay. So let's invite everybody to get your water put by your side. Make sure that you find yourself in a comfortable position, whatever that position might be for yourself. Uncross your legs and your arms. Maintain your spine erect if possible. Try to relax. Let's take a full deep breath. Relax the body, relax the mind. Let all the teachings, all the new things that we heard today assimilate in our brain, in our spirit. And we start to open up in this moment to be with our mentors, opening up our hearts, feeling the presence of the good spirits here with us, our guardian angel and very dear mentors. Also the mentors of the house, of the Spirit Center are here with us, involving and surrounding us all in this moment. You can imagine like as if we are in the middle of a circle and around us, all of our guardian angels, our mentors, holding hands and forming a circle of light, a circle of love around us. And we start to feel the presence of Jesus here with us, among ourselves, right in front of us. Imagine this Master right in front of you in this moment. Look at him, see his beautiful smile, his white clothes, his face shining, he's glowing, his pure love to us. And we ask this Master for his protection, for his love. We're putting his hands, everything that is in our hearts in this moment. Any anguishes, any anxieties, any fears, anything that you might have inside yourself, anything that you would like to have help with, put in the hands of this Master. Ask him to help you, to be with you in this moment. And open up your heart. Imagine your heart opening like windows. Open up the windows of your heart to receive this light. So your body can receive the light, can receive the blessings of the past in this moment. You now start to feel, imagine, visualize a beautiful waterfall of crystalline waters over our head. Imagine like as if you're in the shower and this water is falling over you. This beautiful water washes away anything that does not belong to you.
all the fears, all the anxieties, all anything that does not serve you anymore, that you do not want to hold on to anymore, all the sadness. Just let it go. Let this water wash away. Let this water remove from you and clean your body. Imagine this water penetrating your whole entire being. Every single cell of your body being washed and cleansed by this beautiful, healing, pure crystalline water. We feel this water bathing us. We can also visualize this water falling into our house and bathing all the environment of our house, all the brothers and sisters that are there with us. Everybody in our house receiving this blessing, this cleanse in this moment. Our spouses, children, pets. We thank you, dear God, for this cleanse. We thank you for this water, this blessed water that you pour over us. We now take a deep breath in and out, feeling lighter, feeling brighter. And we visualize Jesus putting his hand on top of our head. Open up his hand. He opens his hand and put on top of our head, and so much light comes out of it. This beautiful golden healing light coming out from the hands of this master and start to penetrate the top of our head. Imagine this light in every single cell in your body, from the top of your head all the way down to your feet, lightening up with this beautiful light. Your head, your skull is shining, your neck, your spine, your trunk, your hips, your pelvis, your legs, your feet, your arms. This beautiful golden healing light bathing you. Every single cell of your body, every organ, receiving this blessing, this healing. If there's any discomfort in your body in this moment, visualize this light with a higher intensity in that area. Ask Jesus for the healing, putting his hand in trust. We feel this beautiful light, this beautiful sun shining over our house, our family members receiving this light, being surrounded by light and protected, just as we are in this moment. We find ourselves surrounded by light, by love, feeling calmer, feeling fulfilled with joy and gratitude to receive this blessing. We thank you, dear God, for this moment, for the blessing that is Spiritism in our lives, showing us about the true life, about the true nature of our spirit, the immortality of our soul. We thank all the good spirits that have been here with us tonight, that have been involving us throughout this day and throughout this night, for us all to be here. We also thank all the spirits that came to study with us, that are part of this spiritual family in which we belong together. We thank all the good spirits, the mentors of the house. We thank Jesus and thank God. And we ask that they stay with us throughout this week, involving us, so we can be back here next week, so we can continue this study, and we can learn a little bit more about our planet, about ourselves, our origins, and everything that surrounds us. Understanding a little bit more of the spiritual world, understanding a little bit more about ourselves. We thank you, dear God. We ask for your blessing and your protection. Bless everyone that's been here. Bless our waters, dear God. Protect and involve our families with all your love. So it is. Thank you, everyone.
Thank Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rafael.
Thank you.
Thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you. Good night.
Really interesting. Like, very much.
Thank you, Rafael.